didn't know what you're supposed to do in 90 seconds. Imagine that you're an employee of the company whose case you've been studying. You're at a meeting in which people are discussing the issue. However, no one has brought up ethics. There's a pause in the conversation. You have 90 seconds in which to convince other people at the meeting that there are ethical issues that need to be addressed. You don't have to argue for a solution. You just need them to see that there are serious ethical issues here. One member from each team. The lightning round begins. Okay. University of St. Thomas, you're up.
Let me stand here.
Wherever you like. Tell me when you're ready. Take a deep breath. You good? Go.
Fitbit is at a crossroads. We can continue to do business as usual and use the marketing strategies that has made us a market share leader in the wearables industry that we are today, or we can take a different route and change and modify the way we are marketing our products and specifically our PurePulse technology to our consumers. Fitbit is currently under scrutiny for having misrepresented the PurePulse technology's capabilities. An example of this on our website is that we have slogans such as "Every beat counts" and "Know your heart." Both of these would allude to the consumer assuming that these products can and will know their individual heart rate on every beat. Now, there are various perspectives we can look at this issue. However, I believe the most important issue would be ethics. In looking at ethics, we can look at 4 different aspects, such as interests, rights, duties, and virtues. And in doing this, and looking at each individual aspect from the point of view of each individual stakeholder and piling them together, I believe that the most ethical decision here is that Fitbit does provide more honest, open and honest, accurate information without overstating the limitations of our product, specifically our PurePulse technology. In doing so, we will provide honesty and both regain and retain trust with our consumers and shareholders. Thank you.
James Madison.
Everyone here has brought up important questions and thoughts regarding how Facebook collects user information and sells it to marketers for targeted advertising. However, the fundamental ethical issue has not been mentioned yet. I believe that the current model is unethical for several reasons, and so do our users. First off, users find the current model confusing and fail to understand how the information is being collected and what it's being used for. Shouldn't users have the right to know this? And shouldn't it be our responsibility as a company to provide them with all the information they need? Second, even if a user understands what information is being collected and wants to protect their privacy, the current model does not allow them to opt out of all the information collection. Is it fair that a user cannot prevent their privacy from being violated, even if they try? Lastly, we generate basically all our revenue from the sale of user information to marketers. And as such, it is crucial that we obtain informed consent from the user before collecting and selling their information. In order to sustain our business and be the company we want to be, it is essential that we make these ethical issues our top priority. Lately, it seems that we've been too focused on generating profit that we forgot to focus on our true mission, to make the world more open and connected. It is time to put our users back at the core of our business value, and this means giving them control over their own privacy. Thank you.
Okay, Northern Colorado. Do the undergraduates, right?
Yes.
Ready? University of Northern Colorado?
I don't think they're in our division.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Next up is Texas State. Not so fast. Give me a second. Okay, gotcha. Always.
As an employee at Facebook, it's clear that a toxic culture has become ingrained in our industry of Silicon Valley. This is due to unchecked sexual harassment brought on by a lack of diversity in gender and ethnicity in the workplace. As the corporation of connections, I think it's important that we govern ourselves as a small society. And in the presentation, arguments have been made for the values of fairness, autonomy, and compassion. I think these values are great. First being autonomy, that it's what preserves an individual's ability to make their own decisions. And we have to keep in mind that if a person has to sacrifice a core part of their persona to make a decision, it's not really their decision at all. And I think that should dissuade Facebook from implementing policies that jeopardize a person's autonomy. Furthermore, fairness is often defined as everyone receiving the same thing, but I think a better definition of fairness would be having everyone's basic needs, unique basic needs met, so that way there's an equal opportunity for success across the board. And that brings me to compassion. Compassion is the thing that connects us all as human beings. It's the understanding that we all have unique struggles and respecting those and understanding that we all have to accommodate them in different ways. I think that's the basis, that should be the basis of all of Facebook's values. And I think that since Facebook is in the business of understanding people, that understanding is what's going to allow us to continue to be ahead of the curve and continue to lead the way in not only our industry, but in the rest of the world. Thank you.
I don't know what I
You guys think you have it hard.
Yeah.
Okay, Montgomery College. One second. Ready?
As we've discussed, our company has been the victim of the largest set of internet hacks in history, with over 1.5 billion user accounts hacked. Our top management reacted to this by failing to notify customers in a timely manner and keeping information from us, the employees. When our colleagues in the IT department tried to increase spending in order to combat these issues, our top management denied them this request, dubbed them the paranoids, and effectively isolated them from the rest of the company. While other companies in our industry have been increasing their security spending, our company is not. And while they have risen above us in industry standards, our company's reputation has been left to tarnish. We have a corporate social responsibility to at least live by the ethical code that we have put in place and say that we follow. Our ethical code states that we do not take shortcuts on quality. However, we have failed to provide quality security protection for our customers' sensitive information. It says that we are flexible and learn from our mistakes. However, we have failed to retain IT personnel that we so desperately need. And lastly, it says that we respect our customers and recognize that they come to us by choice. Our customers have chosen us over many other email providers, and we have failed to protect their private information. I believe that I would like to say that I'm a proud employee of Yahoo, a company that lives by its own ethical standards and leads the industry. And in order to do so, we need to begin to place our security and ethical business practices over our performance and profit. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marin from IBECC, and today I'll be pitching the ethics ethics of cultured meat, an innovative food technology designed to feed the ever-growing demands of our future in both a sustainable and ethical fashion. So what is cultured meat? Cultured meat is essentially lab-grown meat, or meat grown inside of a cell culture versus inside of an animal. It involves a quick and painless procedure, essentially like taking a shot from an animal, in which we eject the cells and then culture them until they grow into the meat products we know and love. The final product is genetically and chemically the same as traditional meat products, and with the proper funding can be developed and seasoned to taste just as juicy as the real deal. Now before you hesitate, let's talk about all the negative side effects associated with conventional meat production, such as environmental destruction, animal welfare concerns, and a slew of health risks, just to name a few, all which inherently affect the business's public perception of the business negatively. For example, Tyson only touches 2 out of 5 plates in the United States, but we seek to expand this to all 5 out of 5 because we believe the best businesses are those that offer consumers a choice. We believe innovation like cultured meat can help fuel growth and profit within the industry, and all in all, this is the perfect, investing in cultured meat is the perfect chance for Tyson to capitalize on this new technology and pioneer the future of the meat industry before someone else does. Thank you.
I think our work here is done. Anybody have anything else they want to say?
Great job, everyone.
Anybody want to give a speech? Or?